What are you doing?
I'm showing everybody. Vince says it's cold by him, but it's nice here. Let's see what Jason's been doing today. He's been hard at work, doing all kinds of stuff. Wowzer. What happened to this Jeep, Jason?
I got a giant hole in it.
Got a giant hole. It's in the 20s, Vince says. It's probably 50s out there, huh?
It's supposed to get to 60 today.
Oh, I thought that was tomorrow. Well, Jason's working on getting these on. We're finally getting some corner action going on. But these ones going on.
Jake.
Then you got this Toyota podcast guy who works in a Jeep shop.
Sneak my way in.
Sneaking your way in and out. Time for some lunch, huh? So, what have you been discovering about this, Jason?
There's a lot of cutting.
Anything to worry about when you're cutting? Looks an awful lot of empty in there.
Not so much on this side. We'll see when I get to the other side.
Yeah.
Because the other side's got the tailgate hinge mount and whatnot is inside there.
If you own a two-door JL, you should be more diligent in washing it.
Why?
Jeep left you all kinds of rust pockets that were full of mud.
You can see it on what's on the lid.
Yeah.
That came out of that rear corner.
So.
Wow. Corey, we're cutting up your baby. And look at this. This is, Corey, you need to wash your Jeep better. That's back east mud. Putting in some zerts. Well, you guys got any questions today? It's supposed to be question and answer day. What's your questions about these corners or any corners or anything? What's your questions?
Double layer right
Hi,
there.
Byron.
I think the stud's body and can't get the
You know what? Here, take this a second, because I'm going to shut that fan off because it doesn't need to be on.
It's an Android. I don't know how to operate it. So, well, stand by, Tanner.
Show them the tool. Ah.
So the nut zert gets screwed on, gets pushed in the hole, and squeeze, and done.
Well, you don't even have to squeeze it all the way tight.
No, just
I don't think I ever watched it before.
so.
And when you're putting these corners and then the sliders and everything, it's worth buying the tool,
Well,
right?
that tool is kind of spendy. You might want to go halvesies with your buddy.
Well, oh, dang it. Tanner, answer your phone so it shuts off. Thank you. Is it that spendy? What's spendy? What's spendy when you're spending $1,600 on a set of corners? What's spendy? Oh,
Yeah.
18?
Yeah.
What are they going to be?
They're probably going to be closer to 19.
Oh, yeah? And then the sliders. So what, $100? $200? To save you a bazillion hours of time? No, that's not spendy. Because otherwise you use a nut and a bolt, right?
Yep.
You got to screw them all in. Yeah, that time is valuable.
That's why we have the tool.
Time is valuable. Anybody asking questions on there?
No.
Ooh, want some help? No. This is Corey's set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a set that's staying.
Oh, and you're just fitting it. You still got to do this.
Yeah,
Oh.
the corner's still got to get finished.
We can talk about this a little bit, Bob. This corner, this light pocket. Obviously, this isn't how
Corey,
it's
it's
going to
your
go.
Jeep. And living where you live, you need to be more diligent washing because you're going to have a rust bucket. What are you on about now?
So this is how our corners start out
Right.
with this hole, but then this all gets cut off
Yep.
and welded and finished.
It gets welded first.
Okay, whichever. And then the light, which we use the Max Built Trail Tails, which are here. They just happen to be over here. You could use off-road only lights too, right? What's the difference between Trail Tails and off-road only lights?
No, David, the fuel filler stays in factory location. That's why we went to this amount of stretch, which I can't tell you what that number is because I don't know.
6?
It's going to be 6.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. Any more stretch than that, you would have to get into the fuel filler, and that's just a recipe for disaster. Can be done if somebody wants to do it, but if somebody thinks once we get these figured out and dialed, you know, you want an 8-inch stretch, they will not have a fuel filler option available. You'll have to cut your own hole. You'll have to figure out your own system.
That's what we do with our JK ones, right?
Yep.
And a lot of guys have a fuel
Well,
cell.
the 8-inch stretch on a JK, we convert this to a YJ bezel because the fuel filler neck with a little magic is adaptable. The JK is adaptable to the YJ bezel. This one is not. So, if you're wanting a bigger stretch, which I don't see why, but
said and done, or
if you do, you won't get a fuel filler cutout.
Corey, are you wanting these powder coated when we're all done? Because is this the same color as Jennifer's Jeep was? I have that powder.
Ask him.
Corey, do you want your corners powder coated? I can powder coat them to match your Jeep.
For a nominal fee.
For you letting me use your Jeep for all these months. I know he's dying to get it back. But we do have that color.
He says bare aluminum's fine.
Oh, good. Then they stand out better and people are going to ask you where you got them from. And the rockers will be bare also then. The rocker panels.
Oh, the panel,
the
yeah.
panels. Yeah.
Can't send the rocker itself because that's steel.
No.
So those don't have a choice. They're going to be black.
Okay. You're going to polish them till you can see yourself in them like a mirror? That's what Lane did with his. Are you happy with where they're at? So far? Good. How's the back come along?
So, supposed to be question and answer. Anybody want to venture a question and guess what that is?
So you cut this off too. Bob's gonna lock me in jail. Let me out, let me out.
You need handcuffs for that.
Oh, hey, Bob, this is PG. Is it good enough?
No guesses? All right, so I'll help you out. That is a bed rack for an RLD canopy on a Gladiator.
That is the reason the oven is still running.
Right.
It's the last piece
So
today.
that will allow you to put 6 of the Plano Sportsman's bin dealios. You can get them on Amazon. Sometimes Walmart's got them. I've seen them at Home Depot. Sportsman's Warehouse has them. And all the height is calculated so that the bin slides in here, right? This is obviously sideways. It goes this way. And then that puts the bin pulling out the side doors of the canopy right over top of the rubber seal so you don't disturb the rubber seal. And then a Dometic 95 fridge goes right underneath of it on a slide. So it really speeds up setting up the kitchen and hauling stuff and organizing and yada yada yada. So if somebody wants one, call me or send me an email. It's probably nothing that's ever going to go on the website, but obviously we have the drawings and can make one. So, you know,
24-inch pins?
Yeah, it takes the 24-inch pins. So, and then it leaves a little dead space in the middle so that you can still see right down the middle of the truck, and your rear view mirror is not totally obsolete. So it's kind of handy. We just put these little panels in there this morning because Frizz had an idea for putting more stuff in there. You know, you can't be an overlander if you don't have stuff. Gotta have stuff.
Especially when you overland with your woman.
Yes.
Well,
All right. I got a set of
questions?
Gladiator Adventure Series sliders just came out of the oven. Well, not just, about an hour ago.
Still warm.
So those are going on for Exploring Participants Jeep. And next week, maybe the week after.
And Gladiator spacers.
We have an idea, Corey. That's why we're trying to get the corners on. I need to know where the axle and tire, more importantly, is going to end up so that we can finalize all the lengths, but that will only take me a couple of days, so we're not in too bad a shape. That is a set of spacers and geometry wedges. I haven't found a rear aftermarket spring for a Gladiator that doesn't suck. So we are using a couple variations of factory spring and spacer to maintain the ride and the weight carrying capabilities. So those are actually headed to Brian at CMM to experiment on his truck, because you know, he hauls a lot of stuff too, and he pulls a trailer. So
You have to count for me.
I don't know. Somehow I got
How many
in charge of the
nuts
phone,
you got
so
in there?
I'm gonna give it back to Mary.
You put the tire in there.
Yeah, it'll be a little farther back than that, but
Yeah, it's sitting in there a little bit crooked.
half inch or so.
It's up higher, right? It's not. It's
Yeah, it's sitting on
it's sitting-
suspension.
Oh, look at that. That's gonna look so good. How are the arms? They're gonna be close
I
to
already
the
answered them.
JK ones, right? Or no? Give or take?
That's where we're gonna start, see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. All right. Look at this mess. Jason is a creative mess maker. No, Corey, the rear lights won't stick out. That's got to all be trimmed off yet. They'll be flush with this surface.
Yeah, they'll be the same as what's on the
Yeah.
JK.
red Ford.
Yep.
They'll
Yep.
look the same as Lindsay's GL.
Yeah. They'll be flush. Only thing that you'll see the Max built trail tails, the side marker will be able to.
Will be about it.
Yeah, it sticks out. Yeah. So no, they'll be flush. You won't be able to hit them. Only wish it was that easy. Tack them in there and go. That's one of the hardest parts of the corner, isn't it?
That's so expensive.
Yeah. Yes. But Corey's excited. Are you gonna keep this thing clean enough to keep bare aluminum? You probably scratch him the first time he goes out anyways, right? So, well, I don't see too many other questions. I'm thinking, I said this morning, so we went from this side. Look at how different that looks. To that other one. Do you need to do anything special with bare aluminum? Where you live, it will corrode.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wax.
Yeah, I'll probably wax it to keep it from what'll happen it'll over time it'll look like this. So we spray a chemical on there to etch it for powder coating, and over time bare aluminum, if you don't wax it or whatever, it'll look dull like that.
Powder coating.
Yeah. I never waxed a vehicle in my life. Guess it's time to learn.
It shows.
Oh, well, we know from your dirt. You didn't wash the nooks and crannies.
A lot of that you can't get in there to wash it out.
Right.
What I was saying is, I'm thinking, and you guys give me your opinion on this. Today's the second Tuesday of the month. Our question and answer Tuesday, I'm thinking of moving it later in the day to like 5 o'clock our time, maybe 5:30. That gives everybody back east the time to be at home. And we kind of do it like a nighttime podcast thing. Maybe then more people would be able to get on and ask all kinds of questions to Bob. You know, Bob, what about this? Bob, what
Only
about that?
if I have a bourbon for
I knew you'd say you'd want a bourbon. So you can have a bourbon with Bob on the TNT Tuesday. I'm thinking the second one, because most 4 exploring trips are the third week. Gotta kind of look at the schedule. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's a good idea to have a nighttime TNT Tuesday? If we schedule it and let you guys in on the day and the time, once a month we do a later one, and then that way we can get more people who are at work currently. Since noon our time is 1 or 2 back east, it's harder for people to get in on getting the questions answered and asked. Nobody has an opinion today? No? Good, bad, thumbs up, thumbs down? Nobody wants to tell me what they think? Well, then fine. We'll just have to. I like drinking, but there's no reason to not drink at noon. Well, David, depends what you're working on. Actively applying, so it would be nice. Corey, yeah, I think we'll plan once a month. We'll do a nighttime one, and then sticking to our schedule, because Tammy's been very good about sticking to the schedule. We had our Jeeps in Java on Saturday, and that turned out really well. We had quite a turnout. I never counted. I don't know if anybody in our group counted how many people we had at the Jeeps in Java on Saturday, but it was a very good turnout. Tammy was here yesterday, and we discussed what we're going to do in the future. Byron. I think it's a good idea, guys. We are going to try to do a chili cook-off in the fall, a breakfast with Bob. I think I'm looking at my calendar. That's in June. Chili cook-off in September. Of course, trunk or treat in October. So Tammy and I were putting together quite a schedule. I should show you this. We filled in events and Tanner's events, our events, blah, blah. There's still a bunch more to go, but May, June, July, there's a bunch going on. And it's still not all the way full with the plans that we have. So look for us being out and about quite a bit. If it isn't us, it's some of our guys. Tanner will be out and about. Anything when I'm down in April. Well, Corey, April, I think. What do you have? What's in the blue? Oh, we might be. What days are you coming? What are you planning?
We leave on the 14th.
We're gonna
Friday the 14th.
leave Friday the 14th and go.
No,
on a
we
trip.
are leaving,
We
not
are.
hopefully.
Okay, good.
We are.
Reassured. Bob and I are leaving. We're going on a trip, but I
We
don't
may
know what
not
days
come
you're
back.
coming. He's threatening not coming back. I think everybody would miss me. They might miss you too, Bob. As he sits over there. Are you coming the first part of April, Corey? Tanner doesn't come. Tanner, I don't think, is coming back again till June. That's when we do South Dakota. Don't have any dates yet. Wait until we have a better idea. Yeah, well, that's probably
That is a good
idea,
plan.
You know, everything interrupts everything around here. But hopefully, Jason's on a roll now, and he can focus the next week. It won't take him much longer.
I have a lift ready and wait.
It's
waiting.
like so close yet so far away.
Yeah.
Sort of like T-Rex. Hey, Chris. Nice to see you, Chris. Yep. Then Pat's like, when does Rex get to the front? Right after this two-door, which is
Yep.
close, but so close. But yes, the plan is to move Rex forward. Steve Winchell's is gone. So, okay, Corey's first competition's in June. Oh, you're going to have it long before that. So, Rex is going to take another. That's another thing. That's a whole big project. There's a lot of work to do there. There again, so close yet so far away. So, but I'm excited because I want Rex done too, Pat. I've been wanting that Jeep done for a long time. Hey, what do we got here? Oh, celebrity. One Chris in the house. Another Chris is supposed to be here tomorrow, correct? Is that still the plan?
Thursday.
Yes?
Tomorrow, Thursday.
Yes.
From there.
Tomorrow or
He's-
Thursday. Okay.
He's figuring out why living in northern Minnesota is not an awesome idea because he has to shovel the snow off of his roof before he can leave.
Oh,
I know about that life.
that much snow, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And ice dams. And
Yep.
having so much snow, you got to have it
Pat
removed.
says hi, Chris.
Hi, Pat. Come on an adventure.
Yeah.
Grab the boys' Jeep.
He's got a Jeep.
I was gonna say, doesn't he still have Sally's
He
Jeep?
bought, no, that's his again.
Oh.
Sally got, I don't remember what he said, but whatever. Sally's driving something else, so Dozer is going to get tuned up at some point whenever we discuss this and figure out dates and budgets and whatnots. But tuned up to be his Overlander because Rex ain't much of an Overlander. It's,
Rex, I guess, is going to be a gas pig.
yes.
It's going to suck the gas. Mm-hmm. He's going to want to go rock crawling and hard stuff. He ain't going to want to go 100 miles because he ain't going to get
He
enough of
won't
a
make
tank.
100 miles.
Yep.
It's got a two-door JK tank in it, so that's what, 15 or 16
Oh,
gallons?
man. That's bad.
Yeah, it's,
Yep. Dozer. We said Dozer up for expeditions and Rex up for
Yep.
crawling. And Pat will be a happy camper. He can
Yep.
go do whatever he wants
no,
to do.
Pat won't be a happy camper till he says, I'm done,
Oh, yeah.
and
Well,
stops traveling all
prepping-
over hell and gone.
prepping for the day he's done with work. Yeah. Unless you work and camp at the same time.
That's very true.
No phones allowed.
Oh boy. Yeah. Sally agrees. We like that. Pat, 90% of the battle is getting the woman on board, so you're already there. That's all good.
I don't have that problem. As much as I do.
Well, I don't see any more questions on here. Anybody else have questions?
When the hell do we get ice cream? I'm hungry.
Oh.
And
Bob's.
if you haven't been on a 4 exploring trip, when are you coming?
Right.
Oh. Yeah, that's next week. These guys leave on Saturday, which is why this Chris is here and the other Chris is coming because they're going to head out on Saturday. I'm staying home for a week. Maybe I'll get something done.
Oh, you're going to Wisconsin.
I don't know. Oh, I'm going at the end of the week. I'm going to Kearney for sure. I haven't heard yet about. Don't mention it. It's supposed to be a surprise if we go to Wisconsin. So, all right, guys. You guys got anything else out there? I'm not seeing anything. David says he agrees. He doesn't like shoveling off that snow. He doesn't miss that ice dams at all. He doesn't miss any of that stuff. David Cox says he's ready for bourbon anytime. Thought you liked those margaritas at Guadalajara, David.
Ugh. Jalapeno margaritas.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So,
No. Just no.
if nobody else has anything, that guy over there's hungry. Probably that guy over there's hungry.
I'm always hungry.
So we're going to sign out. Say see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.